The 2025 summer transfer window, it was chaos. It was drama. It was heartbreak and pure joy, all rolled into one unforgettable summer. Some clubs walked away with hope restored, smiling faces and dreams of silverware. Others, they left empty-handed, frustrated, and maybe even broken. So, who won? Who lost? Let's dive in. Let's start with the obvious, Liverpool. Their summer didn't exactly begin on the right note. Trent Alexander-Arnold, gone at the end of his contract, a devastating blow. But the club bounced back with conviction. Jeremy Frimpong, Milos Kerkez, Giovanni Leoni, Hugo Ekitike. And then the bombshell, Florian Wirtz, a record-breaking signing that sent shockwaves across Europe. And here's the thing, they didn't just spend. They sold smart. Diaz, Nunez, and others left for big money, leaving the books balanced and the squad refreshed. By the opening weeks of the season, the new signings were already delivering goals, assists, and unforgettable moments. The fans, they could believe again. Defending their Premier League crown no longer feels like a dream, but a plan. Next up, Chelsea. For once, they got it right. João Pedro, Liam Delap, early arrivals who went straight into helping the Blues win the club. World Cup. Young talents like Jamie Bino-Gittins and Jarrell, Hato added spark. But the real victory? Offloading the deadwood. Noni Madueke, Joao Felix, and a string of others left, bringing in serious cash. For once, Chelsea looked smart, spending wisely, selling wisely and reshaping their future. Now, not everyone had reason to celebrate. Step forward, Newcastle United. From the outside, it looked busy. But inside, frustration. Ekitike, stolen by Liverpool. Pedro and Delap, stolen by Chelsea. Sesko and Cunha, snapped up by United. Even James Trafford went back to City. The rejections piled up one after another. And then came the mess with Alexander Isak. Public statements. Broken trust and a fan base left shaking their heads. For a Champions League club, this window was nothing short of a nightmare. And yet, just down the road, Sunderland were writing their own fairy tale. Back in the Premier League after 8 long years, they moved smart. Granit Xhaka, Ronaldo, Marc Guehi, players of stature, experience, and hunger. Their reward? Stunning 3-0 victory in their first game back. For Sunderland fans, this wasn't just a transfer window. It was a rebirth. Elsewhere, Barcelona, oh dear. Yes, Joan Garcia finally arrived as a goalkeeper. But everything else, disaster. Nico Williams was inches away from joining, only for registration issues to collapse the deal. Luis Diaz was out of reach. Rashford on loan felt like a patch, not a plan. And weeks passed before they could even register some of their new players. Same old story, same old struggles. The fans know it. The squad knows it. Barcelona are running on hope, not certainty. Meanwhile, across the world, Al Nassr were smiling. João Felix, Kingsley Coman, Inigo Martinez, all arriving from Europe's elite. It wasn't enough to win the Saudi Super Cup, but it was a statement. This is a team building something serious. Then there was Brentford, losing their coach, their goalkeeper, their midfield anchor, and their star striker. All in the same summer. Adyon Wissa forcing a move, and suddenly the bees looked broken. New arrivals came, sure, but the damage had already been done. From overachievers to early relegation candidates. This was a cruel summer for Brentford. Arsenal, on the other hand, soared. Victor Gyökeres, Zubimendi Madueke, young Mosca, a steady hand in Kepa, and then the jewel, Eberechi Eze. Not only one of the league's most creative 10s, but stolen right from under Spurs' nose. For Arsenal, it was a statement. For Spurs, it was heartbreak. And Tottenham's pain didn't stop there. They chased Morgan Gibbs-White, Nico Paz, Eze, and got none. Kudus and Xavi Simons were fine signings. But with Maddison injured and Son suddenly leaving, it wasn't nearly enough. For a team back in the Champions League, Spurs fans expected ambition. They got disappointment. Meanwhile, Manchester United quietly enjoyed one of their best summers in years. No Champions League, no Europe at all. And yet they brought in Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo. They cleared out Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, Eriksen, saving millions in wages and starting fresh. It was bold, it was ruthless, and it was effective. And then, Manchester City. Calm, calculated, deadly. Tijani Reinders, James Trafford, Ryan Cherky, all at incredible value. They sold well, trimmed the squad, and somehow got stronger. The Champions machine just keeps rolling. Elsewhere, Clubs like Real Madrid, Juventus, PSG, Atlético, and Inter Milan had normal summers. Nothing dramatic, nothing disastrous, just business as usual. But in the end, one truth stood out. This wasn't just a transfer window. It was theater. It was heartbreak and redemption, hope and despair. Some clubs built their future, others watched it slip away. So now we turn to you. Who do you think truly won the summer of 2025? And who suffered the most crushing defeat?